Hi guys, so there's a general feeling among some people that Labour leader Keir Starmer should hold off attacking Brexit until the damage of leaving the European Union has become so blindingly obvious to the public that they will turn on the Tories and Boris Johnson. I've always had an uneasiness with this approach for two reasons. One is what some call the slow puncture of Brexit. What I generally mean by this is that the problems of Brexit are real and having a detrimental impact on the UK, but as they come in a drip way and not all at once in a dramatic way, the public become accustomed to them. There is the possibility that the longer this scenario goes on, the more the general public will adjust to these problems, arriving at the stage where post-Brexit difficulties are part of the norm, and returning to life before Brexit is so far in the past that ordinary people forget the benefits of EU membership. The other is how the public are continually fed lies by both politicians and their friends in the media. Since the beginning of the year, we've heard stories, not just in pro-Brexit news outlets like The Express and The Telegraph, but to a certain extent even reputable platforms like the BBC, which have either allowed or promoted the idea, for example, that problems facing Northern Ireland are due to the Northern Ireland Protocol and not to Brexit. The Northern Ireland Protocol is part of the withdrawal agreement, also known as the oven-ready Brexit deal, that Boris Johnson signed with the European Union and won an 80-seat majority on the back of. So it's extremely concerning when I read about a poll conducted by Politico which claims 45% of British voters who are aware of trade problems with Northern Ireland are blaming the European Union for the friction. This is compared to 31% who blame the UK instead. So we know that both London and Brussels are at odds over the implementation of the Northern Ireland Protocol. Boris Johnson told the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, that it is unsustainable and needs to be renegotiated. This was rejected by the European Union. The European Union then paused the two ongoing legal cases against Britain in what many see as an olive branch. The survey conducted by Redfield and Wilton Strategies polled 1,500 eligible voters in Great Britain on the 29th of July. It found that 35% are moderately aware of the trade problems. At the same time, 17% that they were very aware, while 25% said that they were somewhat aware, and 23% weren't aware of any problems at all. With almost half of those polled blaming the European Union for the friction, it demonstrates that the message the UK government and its friends in the media have been pushing, that the European Union is being inflexible, unpragmatic, and generally difficult, is getting through. It shows how powerful a message can be, even if it's completely contradictory. Boris Johnson's government negotiated the withdrawal agreement. They signed it, and then the Prime Minister himself, along with his candidates for public office, back in 2019, ran a political campaign based 99% on the oven-ready deal. Boris Johnson sold the idea to the public in a similar way Vote Leave sold Brexit, that the oven-ready deal would fix all problems, would cure all of Britain's ills. Lack of funding in education, get Brexit done. NHS waiting lists, get Brexit done. Jobs, the environment, democracy, get Brexit done. Now, just 7 months after leaving the Brexit transition period, Boris Johnson wants to rip up the deal and start again. And the public have been primed to believe the Brexit lie that the EU is at fault here. There's a real possibility of an election just around the corner. The Tories want to seal their majority and avoid the public understanding the true cost of Brexit and punishing the ruling party for it. So while the slow drip of problems comes through, the opposition avoid criticising Brexit, and Boris Johnson and his party can convince the public the EU is at fault, then Brexiteers have truly won. And this also makes rejoining the European Union all the more difficult. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?